Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Today, inshallah, we will do lesson number 9, part 2, which is basically B, and overall it will be part 3. And in this lesson, we are going to learn about adjective phrase, which we started in the beginning of the lesson. Earlier, we learned about indefinite nouns, and in this part of the lesson, we will learn about definite nouns, which is al-marifa, al-mawsuf, al-sifa. Then we are going to learn a new category of the pronouns, which is called relative pronoun, ismul mawsul, and the one that we are going to learn is alladhi, and it is translated as who when we use it for a person, and which when we use it for a thing. And then a new adverb, which is inda, that means with, and hunaka, that means there. So both of them are adverbs, or we call them dharf. However, inda is used as mudaf, whereas hunaka is only used for the place. So we will say we have already learned tahta, amama, khalfa, and today we are going to learn about inda. And we know that all of these four adverbs, tahta means under, amama means in front of, khalfa means behind, and inda means with or at. And these four are used as mudaf. So the adjective phrase al-mawsuf wa sifa, we have already learned that it has two parts. The noun being described is called al-mawsuf, and the adjective is called as-sifa. And we have learned that in this construction, both the noun and the adjective are always equal in four properties of the noun, which we have learned already. So let's see now. For example, when we say the new student, and we refer to the male, so we say at-talibu al-jadidu, at-talibu al-jadidu, and now we have to look the four properties of the noun, and we know that we always start with the capacity. So is it marifa or nakira? Is this definite or indefinite? At-talibu al-jadidu, it is definite because it has al with that, la mutarif, excellent, so it will be definite. Okay, so we say capacity is definite, and then we talk about the gender, the jins, is it masculine or feminine? So we can see that at-talibu is masculine, so the gender is masculine. Then we have to look for the number, is this singular or plural or dual? And we can see that it's just one student, so that's why we will say it is singular. And the last one is the status, which is it marfu, mansub, or majroor? So we can see over here it has dhamma, and that means it is marfu. So whenever you look at these four properties of the noun, C, G, and S, and when you see that they are both of the nouns that are together, the first one is noun and the second one is adjective, if they are equal in four properties of the noun, that means it is adjective phrase, which is basically mawsuf and sifa. Now if the ending changes, at-taliba al-jadida, then the ending has to change for both. We can't only change it for one, because we know that mawsuf and sifa are equal in the four properties, so it has to be at-taliba al-jadida. And similarly, if the ending changes because of harf jar or any other reason, if it becomes majroor, then both of them are supposed to be majroor. We cannot make one marfu and one majroor, that is not possible. So they must be equal in capacity, gender, number, and status, C, G, and S. And in this case, we can see the first one, at-talibu al-jadidu, the second one, at-taliba al-jadida, and the third one, at-talibi al-jadidi. All these phrases, they are equal in capacity, gender, number, and status. Now this is masculine, of course, and now we talk about the feminine. So in feminine, of course, we see that at-talibu will change into at-talibatu. As we know, for the feminine, we have to use the marbuta. So if the mawsuf or the noun is feminine, then the adjective has to be feminine as well. So that's why we say at-talibatu al-jadidatu, the new student, and it refers to the feminine, as we can see here. So Is it equal in four properties of the noun: capacity, gender, number, and status? Is this definite or indefinite? So we can see that this is definite. Okay. Is this masculine or feminine? Ta marbuta, that means it is feminine. Okay. Is it singular or dual or plural? At-talibatu, one student. So it is singular. And the status, what is the status? It is marfu. So both of them are marfu. That means we have all the four checks. And when we get these four checks, that means this is adjective phrase. It is mawsuf wa sifa. Or we can also call it man'ut wa na'at. So as we know that it has two names, and the most common is al-mawsuf wa sifa, but we can also call it al-man'utu wa na'atu. When it is mansub, then the ending of both of the noun and the adjective has to be the same. So it will be at-talibata al-jadidata. And when it is majroor, then the ending has to be same. It will be at-talibati al-jadidati. Now, are these complete sentences or incomplete sentences? When I say at-talibu al-jadidu, the new student, is it a complete sentence, or am I waiting for incomplete? Because it can be mubtada, but it is not a complete sentence because the khabar is missing. Excellent. So now if we bring the khabar, for example, we say at-talibu al-jadidu dhakiyun, now it becomes a complete sentence. So we will say that this is subject and this is predicate. And you look at the translation, it says the new student is intelligent. At-talibu al-jadidu dhakiyun. And similarly, when we talk about the feminine, we will say at-talibatu al-jadidatu dhakiyatun. The new feminine student is intelligent. In English, the translation will be the same. The new student is intelligent. However, in Arabic, we can see when we say at-talibu, that means it's masculine, and when we say at-talibatu, that means it is feminine. So here, subject is feminine. That's why the predicate has to be feminine as well. So I'm sure, inshallah, it's clear now. So now we can move on to the lesson. And in this lesson now, we will practice about mawsuf and sifa, adjective phrase which is used with the definite nouns. Ad-darsu at-tasi'u. All right, so what is this construction now? Ad-darsu at-tasi'u. Now, whenever you look at two nouns together, what do we have to do? We have to see what kind of phrase is this. Is this jar majroor? Is this prepositional phrase? Is this mudaf ilayhi idafa? Is this ism al-ishara wa musharan ilayhi? Is this or is this adjective phrase ad-darsu at-tasi'u? Adjective phrase. Excellent. Why? We can see over here not man'ud or mawsuf sifa. Excellent. It's better to say man'ud not, because man'ud comes first. So we will say man'ud and not, or we will say mawsuf wa sifa. All the numbers, please remember that all the numbers are used as adjective. So ad-darsu is lesson. So this is masculine, and at-tasi'u is also masculine. And this is definite, and this is also definite. This is marfu, and this is also marfu. And also they are equal in number as well. Ad-darsu is singular, and at-tasi'u is also singular. So all the four checks, we have all the four checks. That means this is adjective phrase, and we translate it as lesson 9. We can't say this is lesson number 9 because it is incomplete sentence, or it's a phrase. We can say ad-darsu at-tasi'u sahlun. Lesson number 9 is easy. Then it will be a complete sentence. But now it is just a phrase. Ayn al-mudarrisu, and this is part B, as we can see here. Ayn al-mudarrisu, where is the teacher? Al-mudarrisu will be subject, and ayna will be predicate. Why ayna will be predicate? Because ayna is a dharf. It's basically it's a verb, adverb, sorry. So what happens over here now? It has to be predicate, and al-mudarrisu will be the subject. Where is the teacher? So we say huwa fil fasli. He is in the classroom. So the first one is where is the teacher? And then the answer is huwa fil fasli. He is in the classroom. And we know that huwa is subject and fil fasli is predicate. And now we have al-mudarrisu al-jadidu. So now we have al-mawsuf al-sifa, a noun and adjective. So the question is wa ayna al-mudarrisu al-jadidu, and where is the new teacher? So now we have this adjective phrase which is used with the definite noun. And where is the new teacher? So we know that in English we say adjective first and then noun, but in Arabic it's opposite. In Arabic we have noun first and then we have the adjective. And why do we translate as the new teacher? Because we have al-mudarrisu al-jadidu. وَأَيْنَ الْمُدَرِّسُ الْجَدِيدُ, and where is the new teacher? Huwa عند المدير. So now we can see over here that عند is dharf, it is an adverb, and the noun that follows it is majroor. That means it is being used as mudaf. Huwa عند المدير, he is with the manager. So huwa is subject and عند المدير is predicate. Now please remember that jar majroor and similarly dharf mudaf ilayh, they have the same rule. For example, jar majroor cannot be subject, it will always be predicate. Similarly, dharf mudaf ilayh, for example, عند المدير, it will always be predicate, it cannot be subject. Whether it comes in the place of the subject, it cannot be subject, it will always be predicate. So we will say that huwa is subject and عند المدير is predicate. Similarly, تحت المكتب and أمام المسجد and خلف المسجد, whenever we have a verb plus مضاف إليه, it is always used as predicate, it cannot be subject. أين الطالب الجديد, where is the new student? Now we can see over here that الطالب is the noun and al-jadidu is the adjective. So this is mawsuf wa sifa, and the translation will be where is the new student. Now we have introduction to the verb over here. ذهب, he went. إلى المكتبة, to the library. He went to the library. So ذهب has an inbuilt pronoun inside it. If you look at the translation in English, it says he went to the library. So where does he come from? Basically, there is a hidden he inside it. And when we say ذهب, it will always be translated as he went إلى المكتبة, to the library. It will be in case we don't have the doer after that, but if we have a doer after that, for example, if we say ذهب بلال إلى المكتبة, then the translation will be Bilal went to the library. ذهب بلال, if we have a noun after that. But if we don't have a noun after that, then it will be he went to the library. Man ذلك الرجل الطويل, who is that tall man? Man, who, and ذلك الرجل الطويل, ذلك الرجل الطويل, we can see that الرجل is a noun and الطويل is adjective, so this is mawsuf and sifa. And what kind of phrase is this? ذلك الرجل الطويل, إشارة ومشار إليه, right? This is basically, we can see demonstrative phrase where we can see that we have ذلك الرجل. So whenever we have ذلك, تلك, هذا, and هذه, and after that we have al, that means this is a demonstrative phrase. من ذلك الرجل الطويل الذي. Now we have الذي over here, and as we have seen in the introduction of the lesson, that الذي is basically relative pronoun, ism al-mawsul. What function does it have? Basically, it is used to connect two sentences or two ideas. For example, man ذلك الرجل الطويل الذي خرج. And one more thing that we need to know, that after الذي we will always have either a verbal sentence. For example, kharaja is a verbal sentence that starts with a verb, or we will have a nominal sentence that starts with a noun, or we can have jar majroor. So after alladhi, we will have either verbal sentence that starts with the verb, as we can see over here, kharaja al-ana. So this is a verbal sentence. Alladhi is not a conjunction. No, it is a relative pronoun, ism al-mawsul. So kharaja went out, al-ana now, and al-ana is also, it's also an adverb, it's a dharf, and we know that all the adverbs, they end with fatha. Min al-madrasati, from the school. So we will say, who is that tall man who has just come out from the school? So here, the first who, it means man. The first one is man. And the second one is here, which is basically used for alladhi, who has just come out from the school. So alladhi, if it is used for a person, it is translated as who, and if it is used for a thing, then it will be translated as which. So in Arabic we have two, we have who and we have which, but in English we have only one, which is alladhi. And please remember that it is used for masculine. For feminine we have different. This one is used for masculine, as we can see over here. Ar-rajulu is masculine, so that's why Ismul Mawsul that we are using for this is also alladhi, which is also for the masculine. Then we continue. It says وَمَنِ الْوَلَدُ الصَّغِيرُ الَّذِي خَرَجَ الْآنَ مِنَ الْفَصْلِ. And now it's the similar kind of sentence that we have seen over here. We have waw over here, and we know that this is waw al-atfi. This is conjunction, which is basically used to connect two similar sentences. وَمَنِ الْوَلَدُ الصَّغِيرُ. So don't forget that our emphasis is also on mawsuf as-sifa. So al-waladu is basically mawsuf, as-saghiru is sifa, noun and adjective. Alladhi is relative pronoun, ismul mawsul, and after alladhi we must have a complete sentence. It can be a verbal sentence, it can be a nominal sentence, and sometimes we can have jar majroor after that as well. So kharaja, he went out. So he basically is used for alladhi, he went out. And here alladhi is used for what? It is used for al-waladu. And again, let me repeat that alladhi is used for singular masculine. For singular masculine. Kharaj al-ana min al-fasli, left the classroom right now. Who is the little boy who has just? So just is basically al-ana, as we know, and this is also a dharf. It is also an adverb. And again, we have who, and it is used for man, who is the little boy, al-waladu as-saghiru, who has just. So here who is used for alladhi, as we can see over here, who has just come out from the classroom. The answer is huwa ibnul mudiri al-jadidi. Now we have over here mawsuf and sifa, both of them are majroor. Okay, why are they majroor? Does anyone remember? Huwa will be subject and ibn al-mudiri al-jadidi will be predicate. Al-Mudir will be Mawsuf and Al-Jadid will be Sifa. Why is Al-Mudir Majroor? Because it is used as Mudaf ilayhi. We know that the word Ibnu is used Mudaf as Mudaf, and Al-Mudiri Al-Jadidi will be used as Mudaf ilayhi. So now we can see one of the reasons that the noun can be Majroor if it is used as Sifa. So if the noun is majroor, the sifa will also be majroor. So now we can see that this is the third reason why a noun can be majroor. We have learned two main reasons, and you remember two main reasons why a noun can be majroor. Number one, when it comes after the preposition, and number two, when it is used as mudaf ilayh. And the third reason, which could be a kind of reason as well, a noun can be majroor if the noun is majroor, then the sifa will also be majroor. If the noun like mawsuf is majroor, then the sifa will also be majroor. So this could be the third reason as well. However, it is conditional, and the condition is if the noun is majroor, then the sifa or the adjective will also be majroor. And now we can see he is the son of the new headmaster. Liman tilka siyaratu al-jamilatu. Okay, can you please tell me about the subject and the predicate in this sentence? Where is the subject and where is the predicate? Liman tilka siyaratu al-jamilatu. Okay, so tilka siyaratu will be the subject and liman will be predicate, because we know liman is jar majroor, and jar majroor or prepositional phrase cannot be subject, it will always be predicate. What about tilka siyaratu? What kind of phrase is this? Tilka siyaratu. Tilka siyaratu is demonstrative phrase, right? Tilka siyaratu is demonstrative phrase, and as-siyaratu al-jamilatu is adjective phrase. Now, mashallah, you can break it into different parts, and you can see that tilka siyaratu al-jamilatu itself is demonstrative phrase, but if we talk about as-sayyaratu, al-jamilatu, then it will be adjective phrase. Okay. So we know that tilka sayyaratu al-jamilatu is subject, and subject is always marfu, and then we have jar majroor, which is predicate. Who is that car for? And then the answer is here. Why do we have here? Because here is used for the car, and we know that car is feminine. That's why the dhamir or the pronoun that we have to use is also feminine. And then we have lil mudiri al jadidi. It belongs to the new manager. Now, why al mudiri al jadidi are majroor? They are majroor because of harf jar li. Yeah, and we know that harf jar li is used for possession. It is used for what? It is used for possession. So the translation will be, it belongs to the new headmaster. So there are two possible translations. Number 8, we can translate it as for, and number 2, we can translate it as belongs to. And I have put both of them over here so that we can familiarize ourselves that liman can be, li can be translated as for, and it can also be translated as belongs to. It belongs to the new headmaster. So we can see al-mudir al-jadid is also mawsuf sifa. Then we have liman hadha al-kitabu al-kabiru. Again, the similar kind of expression that we have seen over here. Here we have used tilka, and here we are using hadha. Why are we using hadha over here? Because al-kitab is masculine. Why did we use tilka over here? Because as-sayyaratu is feminine. Liman hadha al-kitabu al-kabiru. Who does this big book belong to, or who is this big book for? Huwa lil mudarrisi. We have a question over here. Huwa will be is harf al istifham, that is used to ask a question. Huwa is subject, and lil mudarrisi is predicate. And when we look at the translation, it says, who is this book for? And the answer is, and then we have huwa lil mudarrisi, does it belong to the teacher? And the answer is la huwa lit talibi al jadidi, it belongs to the new student. No, it belongs to the new student. At-talibi al-jadidi, noun adjective, mawsuf, mawsifa. And they are majroor because of harf jar li. So I'm sure inshallah now we are getting used to this phrase. The phrase that is called adjective phrase, mawsuf and sifa, and it is used extensively in the Quran. Either it is used as indefinite noun, which we have seen yesterday. In the previous lesson, we have seen so many examples of that. Fiha sururun marfu'a, and there are so many examples that we have seen. And inshallah, in this lesson, we will look at the examples which are for the definite noun, which is marifa. For example, lit talibi al jadidi, for the new student. Aina al-mil'aqatu as-saghiratu. Now we can see that mil'aqa is feminine, and that's why the adjective that is used for it is also feminine. Where is the small spoon, right? Where is the small spoon? Aina al-mil'aqatu as-saghiratu. Hiya fil kubi. Hiya refers to mil'aqa. It is in the glass, and we can see that the noun is feminine. That's why the adjective is feminine, and they are equal in the 4 properties of the noun. Hiya fil kubi, it is in the glass or tumbler, we can say. Aina al kursiyu al maksuru. Where is the broken chair? Al kursiyu, again, it's mawsuf, wal maksuru is sifa, and we can also say that it is man'ud, and al maksuru is na'at. Whatever is feasible for you, you can call it, but please remember that it has 2 names. Either we can say al-mawsufu wa sifatu, or we can say al-man'udu wa na'atu. The Sheikh has used the word al-man'ud wa na'at. Ain al-kursi wal-maksuru, where is the broken chair? Huwa hunaka, it is over there. And we know that hunak is used for place, so we will say that this is adverb of place. Huwa hunaka, it is over there. So alhamdulillah, today we had a very good practice of demonstrative phrase. So we had a practice of adjective phrase, which is al-mawsuf al-sifa, and we have seen that how to use al-mawsuf al-sifa with a noun that is definite, a noun that is ma'rifah. Okay, so inshallah, when we meet again, we will do the exercises. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.